Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today we're going to do something a bit different. It's almost like a tutorial on something very simple that many want to know, but they don't have the time or the knowledge to do it. So today we're going to be taking care of a question that I get a lot at my shop, and even in social media and stuff like that. How do you install Windows on a computer? Now I know what you're thinking. This is a very simple process and everybody can do it. But sadly, not everybody knows how to do that. So we're going to go through the process today of installing Windows 7 Professional on these Dell systems. Well, yeah, we're going to at least do one of them. And this is going to be a very short video, but you'll at least be able to see the process of installing the operating system. Oh, and the reason why we're doing Windows 7 Professional is because these originally came with Windows 7 Professional, and we're going to use the product key on the system itself to reactivate it. Okay, so one thing that I did not mention is that you have to have your own copy of Windows already made. Now you can do this multiple ways. You can go to Microsoft.com and download their copy of Windows. Some people like to BitTorrent a copy of Windows. The only problem with the BitTorrent thing is that yes, you'll get a copy of Windows, but you can also get viruses in your computer, which is really bad. Another way, you can go to the online sites. Let's say like Kinguin.com. They're like European sites, but they actually sell Windows keys. You don't need a Windows key for your computer if you're already using the product key on the computer itself. What you need to do is find a way to get your hands on a Windows copy, just the software alone. Once you have that, then this is the next step. Alright guys, so obviously the first thing you got to do is plug the computer in. You have to have internet connection to activate your Windows key, and as you can see, this is where my product key is going to be. I already made my DVD for Windows 7. I actually have all versions on here, all 64 versions, which is Pro, Home, Enterprise, all of that stuff. So let's plug this thing in real quick. Alright, everything's in. We're going to turn the computer on. Now here's the step that many ask for. How do you get to the boot menu of your system so you can actually boot from a DVD or a USB? It depends on the manufacturer, but let's just go through it just very quickly. These are Dell computers, so we're going to be pressing F12 on boot. So we're going to press the power button and then press F12 multiple times until the boot window comes up. It's the same thing with HP, but HP is going to be, I believe it's F9. There's some like compact gateways that you use the escape keys or you use the delete keys for ACEs. It just depends on your model. So it'd be good for you to go ahead and look out to see how to get to the boot menu on your system, whether it be ACEs, HP, compact, anything. And also keep in mind that it's different on desktop or laptop for some manufacturers. I've seen it where some ACEs manufacturers or some Lenovo manufacturers have the delete key for boot menu, and then some Lenovo laptop manufacturers have, well, it's the same manufacturer, but you know what I'm saying. It will use like the F2 or something else, or F8, or some strange stuff like that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the computer and instantly press F12 so it can put us in the boot menu, and I'll show you that on the screen here once I boot it in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the computer and quickly press F12 on the system. And it should take me to the booting screen. Preparing to boot one time. And it should take you to that screen. Right there. That's going to be the current Dell boot screen. So it gives you the option to do your hard drive, your CD DVD drive, or onboard NIC. We're going to go ahead and put a DVD in now. And after the DVD is in, we're going to select CD, DVD, / DC, blah, 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 whatever says DVD on your computer. Okay, Windows is loading. Now, something to keep in mind, on some computers, if you already have an operating system currently installed, it will ask you to press any key to load into the Windows file. With this one, I didn't have to do that because my drive is completely wiped. So now we're just waiting for it to go ahead and load up, and we'll go through the process of selecting the language and everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and zoom back in here. Let's see if we can get back in here. Very simple. I know the lighting is kind of bad. I'm sorry about that, guys. So this is pretty much language selected. Now your operating system might not have multiple languages, just like mine. Mine is only English. This is the current format and time and keyboard for the select US. It's already automatically US if you're in the US, or if you get a US copy of it. Go to next, go to install now. And of course it's going to say setup is starting. Now here's where it's going to be, yours might be different than mine. I have a copy of Windows 7 that has all 4 different kinds of Windows 7. So we're going for professional for mine, and 64-bit of course. Now your computer might take 32, your computer might take 64. That is you have to find that out on your own. Most newer computers, actually all newer computers, take 64-bit unless you have like an Intel Atom processor or something like that. Next, we're going to accept the license terms. Can you even see that? I don't think you can see that. Okay, that might have worked a little bit. So we're going to accept the license agreement, and cool little trick, you don't actually have to click on this. You can click spacebar, yay! Go to next. Custom advanced. It's going to be the bottom corner here. Unless you're doing an upgrade, but we're not doing an upgrade at this moment, so we're going to go down to custom advanced. And here's going to be your drive. As long as your drive appears here, you can install onto it. Now, if you already have something installed onto your drive, then you will... Okay, sorry. If you already have something installed onto your drive, then it's going to give you a whole bunch of options of like partitions. Now, all you need to do is just click on those partitions and go down to drive options advanced right here, and it gives you these options. It's going to be delete, format, extend, and all that. You're just going to delete every single one of these partitions. That way you'll end up with something like I have here, which is like your entire drive unallocated. Unless you want to make your own specific partition, I always recommend just doing it this way, so you have just an exact, just a clean copy of Windows. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and click next, and now it's installing onto your drive. Okay, so now it's actually installing onto the drive. Now we just have to wait. It's gonna copy the Windows files, expand the files, install features, and all that cool stuff. Just let it do what it needs to do until it finishes. Once this finishes, it'll reboot, and it'll take you to a welcome screen where it lets you choose your username and stuff. Once this is done, we'll come back and we'll look at that screen real quick. All right, everybody, after your computer has restarted, it is going to give you this screen here. And after this screen, I'll show it to you. I'll zoom in a little bit here. You literally just set up your personal stuff, which is just the date and time, the time zone, your name, what you want, you know, all that stuff. So from here on out, it's pretty easy. All right, so don't mind the lines going up and down the screen. That's just like that because of the camera. So let's go ahead and fill this out. I'm gonna name it user 1. Go to next. Let's create a password. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the product key in afterwards. So we're gonna go ahead and skip this for now. Ask me later. This is the time zone. I'm in Eastern time. Next. And it's going ahead and doing the last few things that it needs to do. Alright, now that we're at the home screen, hooray, you've done it. You can remove your DVD. You no longer need that. So the next step would actually be activating your system and installing drivers. Now, to activate your system, you are going to go down to the Start menu. Go down up to Computer. This is on Windows 7. And then System Properties. It will take you. You have to go all the way down to where it says Change Product Key or Windows Activation Change Product Key. You click on that, and you're going to place your product key here. Now there is one issue. We have no internet connection. The reason for that is because we don't have the driver for the Ethernet adapter. All right. So the next step is you have to decide whether or not you're upgrading this computer. If you're not upgrading it past the Windows 7, then you need to install all of the drivers. That being the Ethernet driver, the video driver, audio driver, everything that the computer needs to run correctly. Now here's the thing, where do you get the drivers? Now you could go to on another computer, go to the Dell.com website or HP, whatever computer you have, the website, and then download the drivers for your model. Or you could try to get your hands on something called Driver Pack Solution. Just go ahead and Google Driver Pack Solution. You should be able to download that off their website. And it should be free of charge. Try not to get the online one though, because that one kind of doesn't work too well. But with that driver pack solution, don't install any software. You're just going to install drivers and install all the drivers. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm actually going to upgrade this computer. So, the only thing that I'm going to do is install use the driver pack solution to install the Ethernet driver, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and activate my Windows with the product key on my system like I showed you before, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to Windows 10, but that is on another video. So as you can see, it's very easy to do the install yourself. If you like the video, please go ahead and share and subscribe. Leave down comments below if you have any questions, and guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching again.